The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And we are underway on Sunday Night Primetime. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the set. Ready. Six. Press all 80. Hurt. Lightning 18. Ready.
And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Ready.
They run again with Carson. And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If we're going to try to run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
It'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
To throw, Williams. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield, and allow the play to be successful.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw once more. Here's Williams. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. He's going to get that to his running back.
He's supposed to be down man defense.
Touchdown, Steelers. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Tap 60. Tap 60.
Off play action. Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's got him in. Complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now it's Richardson. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Colston Loveland, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7.
The game at 7. Harrison Davis to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing is Williams. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And I don't think he got there. No.
Ran back.
He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Williams going to sneak it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
That becomes a dead ball.
Show us some fucking respect out here. You fumbled. You won down. I just looked at it. Yeah, nigga, you didn't. You fumbled, nigga. You were not down. That motherfucker came right between your legs. He was bent over.
I mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs.
You fumbled. Big dog, you fumbled that. I got the tape for it too. If you ever want to see the tape, it's broadcast.
He'll only have one challenge remaining. Now a toss play. It's Carson. He is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Richardson shotgun on third down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Harrison Mevis on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something.
Now a hit and a loose football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Cup 19.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Richardson going to change the play here.
Hawk, check, Panther. Check, check. Ready.
Here's Carson. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Okay, ready? Bronco 80. Ready.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
A loss of 2. Brings up second.
The biggest game, the biggest stage, Super Bowl 63, 1 quarter in the books. It's the Bears off to the early lead. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Street. Check. Hawk.
Here's a tap forward by Richardson. Oh,
Come on, y'all, block.
Defensively,
Where the block at?
setting the edge, and that little touch pass going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it.
There you go, Loveland.
Colston Loveland. His second
That's Loveland, bro.
Super Bowl.
That's a good boy.
Bears had 6 to their lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talk to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Steelers 7.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
We out here playing. We hit like that though, dog.
And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
From the gun, here's Williams. He finds his man, complete. It's Crawford. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's third down.
To the air, Williams. And Thomas has it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
And the Steelers first down.
Throwing again here, Williams.
Oh, my God.
It's Crawford. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two.
Come on, gang.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. To throw, it's Williams. He gets it to Thomas.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Quick hitch, complete. It's Gibbs.
Ain't that nigga fumble?
Yeah, he'll work free
What?
from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Williams going to look to throw again. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, he can. He really fast. 90 plus acceleration and speed. He got that.
To make a play on the ball without a penalty.
He got that. He got that. He got that.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another first down.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Williams looking to do it himself.
Fucking missed.
Touchdown.
Square. Stop trying to hit stick.
Caleb Williams, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the jump.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
And I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw this. The kicker here, it's complete. This is 2nd and 8. And Richardson going to move him around. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run the screen with Carson. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
He's got this complete to Burden. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
A gain of 14. And the Steeler 1st down.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Tight. 19 tight. Ready, right?
Richardson looking to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Ready? Cut 19. Bravo 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he'll go down here right around the the 23-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun. He'll look middle here and give it to Odunze. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
This will go to Carson out wide. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Williams, a final shot before break. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime.
This slow-ass nigga got through all that, boy. I tell you, nigga.
The season for them,
I tell you.
punching here in the second half.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Gibbs is into the end zone for a steal.
That's it. Boy. That slow ass shit. Got through that. And then couldn't nobody catch up with it.
They get the running game involved, and it works to perfection.
Man, at the 1 yard line.
Waiting for that running game to
You
come.
should have caught that motherfucker 30 yards before that.
Touchdown goes on the stat sheet.
You shouldn't even been able to maneuver through that shit like that.
His teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now it's Carson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
19 light.
Now Richardson. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Looking to throw is Williams. A short throw to Musgrave. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. To throw, Williams. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Gibbs. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he will not
Good D.
through the contact. It's incomplete.
Good D.
Coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they
Good
want to throw
D,
the football.
good D,
There's
good
pressure on
D.
the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And
Good D.
they cannot convert, and they turn
In the
it
flats.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get
In
the
the
football
flats.
back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Here's Richardson to throw. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out, and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
They run it with Carson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80.
This is Carson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll toss it out to Carson.
Laid him. He laid him down. He laid him down. Let's go.
Great play there.
He laid him down. He laid him down, Brad. You seen it?
Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Damn, seen up the middle. That's 4 people supposed to be running back. That's wild.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big
That do no more.
73 yards. And the Steelers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Bears 31, Steelers 28.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Pass to the right side, caught by Burden. 3 quarters in the books. 1 to go here in Super Bowl 63 and that final frame after this timeout. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Richardson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or take away. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Here's a tap forward by Richardson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Gain of 6.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Back to the air with Richardson. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Carson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
Now it's Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Red. 19.
Here's a tap forward by Richardson.
Come on, man. You 6'5", 250.
As they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Second and goal.
Let's go.
At the 13-yard line.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
They'll try the left side. It's Carson. And he
Let's go! Carson won it. He won it.
Great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Harrison Davis to kick off.
The Bears send the kicking team out there.
Juice run that. Juice run my play. Oh, Juice. Juice out here running my play.
Gets him across the 30 up to the 3rd and 3. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter.
They teleported your man to the ball, bro.
Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it. Second and 10. To the air, Williams. Man over the middle, and it's complete.
Williams pass. Caught by number 12. A gain of 18 on the play. And the Steeler first down.
Throwing is Williams. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Williams. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Quentin Williams. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. They'll go. Here's Williams. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Check. Hurt. Here we go. Check. Let go.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Carson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And able to get this to the 31.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Here's Richardson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Steelers.
What the fuck was that, nigga? He just dropped the ball.
Well,
I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said
Fumble.
about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt him in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week. This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
To throw, it's Williams. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
That's some bullshit.
This is 1st
I
and
guess
10.
he a rookie.
From the gun, here's Williams. And this one
We ain't gonna keep getting him though, bro. That's just might be a rookie, bro. We ain't gonna keep getting him, bro. We got some picks on this belt. Only be played.
And now, down 2 scores, I imagine they'll try again, but it'll just be for posterity's sake.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. from 21 yards away. And the Steelers have made it a
The game, Greg.
here in the fourth. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Steelers will line up.
Williams going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't
Tried to get him again. Rookie.
And this one's over. And the Chicago Bears have etched their name in NFL history. They are your Super Bowl
NFC North.
champions.
We're the Kings of the North. Gatorade.
Remarkable
Fuck
season
me.
ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name Super Bowl.
You see me out here, oh. You see me. You watching the game. You see me.
So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You
Oh,
see the guys.
I was broadcasting. Omar was watching. It was two people actually watching.
Makes me
At
want to
first.
carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
Commissioner Roger Goodell set to present the Lombardi Trophy to one of the originals.